So we have 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to get that in. Half a teaspoon of salt. 1/4 cup of sugar goes in. 2 tablespoons of orange liqueur, brandy, rum, whatever is your pleasure. That goes in. And then you want the zest of 2 large oranges, which is going to give you about 2 tablespoons of zest. And this gives this a really nice flavor. So there is our zest. And now we want to add in our flour. You want about 2 cups of flour, or enough to make a soft dough. So get that in just a little bit at a time. I'm just using a regular unbleached all-purpose flour for this. And I know that that's going to take the 2 cups because you know what? I've made this recipe before. So now I'm going to get my hands into that because that's the best way to cook, don't you think? And we want to put this in the refrigerator at least for a couple of hours. So I'm just going to knead that a little bit, get that looking a little better for you. I'm going to put it in plastic wrap, and it's going to go in the refrigerator. So here is our chilled dough. So let's cut this into 4 pieces. And we're going to roll this through the pasta machine. Keep the other pieces covered while you're doing this. So put a little flour down, not too much because you don't want to make these too dry. And then get out your trusty Italian rolling pin. Anyway, you want to flatten the dough down some because you don't want to put that through the machine without flattening it. Otherwise, you could strip your pasta machine gears. The point is that you want to thin the dough down. So I start on number 2. Then I cheat a little bit and I go to number 4. And I want this thin enough so that I can almost see my hand through it, but I don't want it so thin that I'm going to rip it. So now I'm on 6. And you see how beautiful this dough holds together. It's just a very nice dough, and that's exactly where I want it. I've got it just where I want it. I really want hot oil, so in here I have about 6 cups of vegetable oil, and you want to really heat that well to about 375 degrees. Now, to make the typical Tuscan cenci, you want to cut strips. And let me show you how this goes. You want to cut strips that are about, 1.5 inches wide, just like that. And then I cut these into about 3 to 4 inch lengthwise. And what distinguishes them as being Tuscan? The little slit right in the middle. So you make a little slit, not going all the way through, but just partially through the center, so that you have something, you see, that has a little hole in it. So after I make them, what I do with these is put them on a floured towel, just like this, until I have them all ready and ready to go. So put them on a floured towel. But you know, my friend Donazia always makes hers in a nut shape. So let me show you how that goes. So again, just thin down the dough. And now, that is perfect. You even off these edges. And then you just cut strips. You see, like this. And take them and just tie them in a loose knot, just like that. This is not the Tuscan version, but it is another version. So let me show you that again. Random strips, tie a little loose knot, or you can get really cute about this and make the bow tie version. Isn't that nice? So there are many, many options here. This is called the farfalle because it looks like a butterfly. We've got our oil going here. And how do I know that oil is ready? I know it's ready by just testing a bit of dough. And if it rises to the surface immediately, I know that the oil is ready. So you want to make sure that oil is where you want it before you begin. And also have ready a tray that has some brown paper on it because you want to drain these. So now we want to brown these up, and they don't take very long. So let's put in a few of these. One of Donna's loose knot versions, and I think I have room for one more. Another changey. So look at this. Look at how beautiful this is starting to look. And they puff up very, very quickly. You want them nice and brown looking. So there's one all ready to turn. And Donna's is looking great. And the bow tie is looking wonderful. This is what they look like when they're brown. See? They look beautiful. We have confectioner's sugar in a bag. And so when these are cooled down some, you put the changey in the bag. You do a little dance. Shake them up. House is going to smell great. Still not ready over there. And then you serve them. So that's how they look when they're done.